Tiffany did an NFT, didn't they?
They probably did one of the best. I think a lot of NFT traders will enable rugs.
Those contracts were hot commodity back in the bull run. I've seen some horrible stories.
It's that.
Yeah. One guy with Aku Dreams get all the money stuck.
Yeah.
In the
I've never seen that one before. $50 million just locked in a contract
15.
forever.
50. Yeah. 50.
It's still locked?
Yes.
All right, welcome to the Digital Social Hour. I'm your host, Sean Kelly, along with my co-host, Ari Gold.
What's going on, everybody?
And our guest today, Brett Malinowski.
What's going on, guys?
Chilling, man. How we doing?
I'm pretty good.
How you enjoying Vegas so far?
I just got here. 4-hour drive from Scottsdale.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
enjoy it this weekend. I'll tell you.
Where are you staying this weekend?
Resort World.
Ooh, that's your spot.
I love Resorts World, man.
Mata Carver.
Yeah, honestly, anything you need at Resorts World, they have a phenomenal staff. I think their culinary selection is prime. I think their tables are very clean. I enjoy I just like being inside of Resorts World because when you go up to the room and you walk in, it's like new carpet. You know what I mean? It's just very inviting and clean. I love that.
I mean, Alinneum's gonna be at Omnia tonight, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Okay, so you're an EDM guy, huh?
I mean, not really Alinneum, just the best to ever do it. He's like the Mozart of our generation, bro. And then
Okay,
Omnia, it's like the perfect venue.
Omnia's a vibe too, man. They've got a sick visual display in there. Tell us what you do, man. Give us a background on yourself and let our viewers know what you got going on.
So I guess I'm just really passionate about digital ownership, super sexy stuff.
So you're a Web3 pioneer, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's the best word. So
it's all good.
I have a pretty big YouTube channel covering that. It's kind of more like future technology. So I talk a lot about AI now, but
is it more educational or more navigational?
Yeah, probably the most educational on like Web3,
Okay.
more so like Web3 and how it's going to integrate into like businesses.
Beautiful.
So my dad's an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, always like hustling just naturally.
Sure.
And so like I just have like this intuitive understanding of business just from being around it my whole life. And then also I've been in crypto since 2014, like the Call of Duty trick shotting age. We were in Skype channels.
Right.
That's how we were transacting with each other as like kids in high school.
Right.
And so this technology is like intuitive for us as well. And so it's kind of like that right age group with the right background coming together where I really just understand how it can be integrated like everywhere in life now.
What are you most excited for when it comes to Web3 integrations in business?
Well, so going back to like that gaming that I had as a childhood, like I understood how valuable or how much I valued it, like getting a cool skin in Call of Duty. Like I would grind for like 6 hours, stay up till 2 a.m. just to get like fall camo, and then flex on my friends in high school, or like even RuneScape in elementary school.
Oh, RuneScape.
I would stay.
Golden age.
I was horribly inefficient. I didn't
just mine all
how
day.
to research, but yeah, just mine all day. And then just to flex on my friends, I got like a rune like skim today or something, and that was like a big deal for me within my like social circle.
I think I'm most excited to see like big companies like Epic come into the space, and really create some sort of digital ownership to their skins. And
exactly.
I think that sort of integration is what, because again, it's really more about the ease of integration and the simplicity of things. Nobody wants to go on, download a MetaMask wallet, learn their keys, do this. It's tedious and it's monotonous. And for the average user, they're just not going to do it, or they're just not going to do their due diligence. However, you sign on to your PlayStation platform, or let's take PlayStation out of it. You sign on to your secure platform, right? You use your user tag or your ENS, and now all of the things that you've spent your real world money on comes with digital ownership or an NFT to back it. And now, since they're not being produced anymore, they're already on chain. Each one that's digitized is now numbered, and now you create a race to digitizing because you're the first to register, you're number one. And two, if you do it in a way where the ease is just press X to convert it. Think about how many people would just go on, do that, and then from there would have the curiosity to go in and dive in deeper and be like, okay, what is this?
So I'm like a big believer that people aren't ever gonna know they're buying NFTs. Like the top layer, the UX, the UI has to get so seamless that you just can use your credit card, use an email password account, whatever it is, and you just buy this thing, and now you know you own it. So you can sell it online. And so,
that's
the goal.
When it comes to the not RFID chips, what's the
NFC?
So when it comes to the NFC chips, this is something that I'm personally consulting on for a couple companies, and I think that that is where that seamlessness
Huge.
will come in. I think when you look at a tag, or you pull down something in a shoe or in your pants, and you have that kind of tech where you can scan it, see where it came from, see how many are made, and then obviously be able to create a digitized version where it's like, all right, you own those pants in the real
It's
world.
like
Now
the
you get it
it's
in
like the
the meta.
Rolex like verification card,
Sure.
but
Right.
now digital, and you can't. I mean, it's kind of easy to fake paper if you're really trying.
You can't fake blockchain.
You can't
though.
fake the blockchain.
You know, that's the best
And
part.
so that's the coolest thing about this tech, is that it's not reinventing anything. It's just
Sure.
a better way to do it. And it's
Perfecting.
not sexy, but most people in the real world that see NFTs just think it's like a financial asset.
Yeah.
But the most powerful use cases are where it's just like a verification of authenticity of a
Sure.
transaction. And so that's going to be used in every aspect of our world, in my
I
opinion.
love that. I see you're huge into AI. What that's an understatement. What AI tools are you using now, and where do you see the future of AI?
Yeah, so I just use this tool called Ingest AI, and what I could do with it is upload all the transcriptions of my YouTube videos, every AMA I've ever done, every Twitter post
Put
I've
it in
ever
all
done,
the languages.
and then it's an automatic Discord bot, and so it's called Ask Brett, and you can ask it anything, and it only answers in the way I've answered those questions before.
Whoa.
And it's like freaky accurate.
That's pretty cool.
There's some like still like some hallucinations, as they
Right.
say, but for the
Because you
most
get
part,
asked the same questions like 80% of the
oh
time.
my god, in my educational platform,
Yeah.
oh my god, same like marketing. How do you market an NFT?
All right, so after this, I'm
So
definitely
tired.
going to take a
tired.
list. I'm definitely taking a list from him of all the AI programs you've been using.
Yeah, so I'm not like the deepest in AI. I just understand how like you can use it again in
Right.
businesses, because ChatGPT and OpenAI, like they literally made the product for you and just
Yeah.
released it to anybody with an API, which is crazy. Like
Yeah.
no one's gonna make your own AI model. You just can use theirs in the unique way that fits your business.
Right.
And so as far as tools, I mean like Notion AI, these subtle little enhancements of convenience are really helpful. So like in our business, we use Notion as our CRM, as our organization, whatever it may be. And so just having that right there, super quick. Ingest AI editing tools like Runway to like take out the background for like thumbnails. Midjourney, like my friends do YouTube automation, and they do like one does like history, and so there's like no photos in history. Now he can use Midjourney to make up like any scene he wants for like a good thumbnail.
Wow.
Or just like literally so many different ways to slightly become more like efficient in life. It's new era.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what my channel's gone to, like future businesses of
New
the
era.
future. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do you see AI taking away a lot of jobs?
It just changes the skill set. Like Google, like SEO agencies. We have a lot of friends that make millions of dollars off SEO agencies. That was not a thing 15, 20 years ago before Google exists.
Right.
And so prompt engineering is like the new SEO in that sense. And so it's like that's a new skill you can learn.
You also have to look at what it took away from. You know, there's less advertising being done via television, or less being done in newspapers, or whatever that rhythm of motion was before the internet came in. And again, I agree with what you're saying. The adaptation has to evolve, and there has to be people that can change their skill set and be able to, blend in with the times. There will be people that will be left in the dust.
Yeah.
There always are, and that just comes with, new times, new ages, new technology. Some people are lazy, some people, can't adapt, and again, it just leaves more room for these newer generations to kind of catch on.
It's changing of the guard.
That's it.
Facts.
And it's a huge opportunity. If you understand it at a fundamental level, you
Sure.
have like a big opportunity to go straight to the top.
Mhm.
It's really cool. And I think with AI, it's ultimately just coming down to who is going to learn these skills the fastest and who can be the first one to market. And then once you understand like the different ways to, like, if you give ChatGPT an identity, tell them to talk to you a certain way. If you can prompt engineer, like, you still need to know the psychology of copywriting. It's not going to replace copywriters. What is the context? What is your target demographic? What do they respond to? How do you communicate to ChatGPT to output what you need efficiently?
Right.
What made you go all in on content? I literally watched you grow your YouTube from like 5,000 to all the way up to 300,000. Some of your videos get millions of views. What made you get into the content space so heavily?
So I have a background in marketing. I tried the whole SMMA, like make money online niche, when that was a thing in 2018, and learned a lot. But at the end of the day, there was nothing more powerful than a personal brand and having like organic traffic. And so again, I'm very entrepreneurial minded. And so I had the idea, I just had the concept that if you provide value to people for free up front, you help them with something, they're going to support you right back, and no matter what you're doing. And so since I'm an entrepreneur, you see the effect that Elon Musk has with his personal brand and his businesses. If you can get people value, get a good reputation, people will support you in whatever you're doing, and that's just a superpower.
And did building that brand help you make millions in the NFT space?
I don't like to say that I made millions in the NFT space because like it's not necessarily your money. Like your
Right.
people are putting this into you to fulfill your roadmap to make a project. So
Right. The
on
company made
that
it.
side, exactly. So on that side, like yes, we did very well. And then where we made our money was we actually like it was very hard to figure out how to make a smart contract when we got in because
Right.
there was no education out there. And so once we figured out how, I just helped all of my friends or all of my YouTube friends or anybody that needed help with development. That's where we made a lot of our money, is just being like a Web3 development agency.
Right.
And now that's transitioned into helping the biggest brands in the world.
Those contracts were a hot commodity back in that bull run, man. People were
course.
paying
There was
10, 25K.
Zero resources. Like
Right.
I could not find one single YouTube video. I couldn't even like you don't even know the questions to ask back then.
Of
Of
So
course,
once
'cause
we
you're
figured that-
pioneering something that's never
Exactly.
been done before.
And
So
a
once you
faulty
figure that out-
contract messes up your whole product.
Everything.
Oh,
You
yeah,
lose all
your
the money.
reputation is gone.
Yep.
In the
I've
space.
seen some
Yeah.
horrible stories.
It's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, how about that?
Reputation, money, everything's gone.
Didn't that one guy with Aku Dreams get like all the money stuck
Yeah.
in the
Like
smart
I've
contract?
never seen that one before.
Yeah.
$50 million just locked in a contract
15?
forever.
50, 50,
50?
50.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50,
And it's
50.
still locked?
Yes.
Still.
Like it's like it was like a permanent function.
So
Yeah.
you lost $50 million.
Yes.
But even how much has evolved in 1 year? Like now there's like upgradable contracts.
Right.
Yeah.
Dynamic contracts. So much has evolved. It's crazy. It's really exciting. But
Man, that's insane. Do you see NFTs ever recovering?
I think what we saw the whole PFP phase was absolutely like lunacy. Like
Yeah.
that will never happen again.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
That was like think about we just saw iterations. And so if you were there from the beginning, you just saw like the very first NFT tied to art and then the very first NFT used to token gate a community on Discord, which is like BAYC.
Right.
And then people started adding, okay, token plus community plus DAO,
Mhm.
okay, plus staking with a utility token. And we saw all these like continuations of like one-upping each other to the point now it's like, all right,
It's maxed out.
this is not a just NFTs are not a product themselves.
Right.
They're not financial instruments. This is a truly agnostic technology that is
Mhm.
just bettering digital or enabling digital ownership in real life. And so now it's like tie these to existing products and services and just use them as the vehicle to deliver that.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I could see that. I see you're huge into watches as well.
Mhm.
What's your favorite watch right now?
That I own or just in general.
Both.
I have an AP. It's a Royal Oak 2014 1 of
Ooh.
500 Leo Messi.
Whoa.
So I was really cheering for him in the World Cup. So
Nice.
I think that'll appreciate pretty well even in this market.
Wow.
Definitely bought at the top.
I think we all did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all did, buddy. It's all good.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
But it's actually held up really well
Okay.
compared to the rest of the watch market. As far as like favorite watch, I mean,
What's your
obvious-
dream watch?
My dream watch is the Nautilus Tiffany.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
tough
like
one.
$3 million though. So
Yeah. There's only like
I
100?
no, I actually
Yeah.
saw one on sale for 2.5 in New York.
oh, it's just a
Like,
steal.
yeah, I got a plug if you need it.
connect.
I got a
Yeah.
great connect. You know, if you want to leverage out a house or something, no big deal.
Tiffany did an NFT, didn't they?
They probably did one of the best, which
Yeah.
I'm really glad you brought that up because this is one aspect
Do you
of
think
NFTs.
they did it the best? I'm curious to see
Yes,
why.
because they first off, okay, so let me explain the strategy real quick.
Mhm.
It's called a decentralized permissionless brand collaboration. And this is the single-handed most valuable aspect of NFTs. Or if anyone asks you why should it be an NFT, it's because of what they did. So basically, Tiffany is a luxury jewelry company. And what they did is they made an unofficial partnership with CryptoPunks.
Right.
And they said they're going to sell 250 NFTs for 30 Ethereum each. It's like 50 grand.
Mhm.
And saying, if you own a CryptoPunk,
You can validate
you
it.
can connect
and-
to our website
right.
and you can buy our NFT.
Right.
So they didn't have an official partnership with Yuga
No.
or anybody. They just said
100%.
they just made a token gated website. If you have this CryptoPunk,
That gave
you
you
get the
access,
right
correct.
to buy.
Wow.
You get permission to spend 50 grand on our jewelry.
Correct.
And then if they did, they purchased the NFT, they could submit their CryptoPunk and they
And
get
it
a
would
custom,
come in a
a
few
custom
months.
piece of jewelry
Mhm.
for them. And why this is so genius by them is that they're a high-end jewelry company. CryptoPunks, the floor is like 150 grand. So by default, if you own a CryptoPunk, you
You can
already are
afford it.
willing to spend 150 grand on a JPEG. So
Right.
you have what's the term? You have money
Disposable
to spend.
income.
Disposable income. And so those people already care about status because they're using this as a profile picture.
Right.
Jewelry is status. And on top of that, now they can flex within their community. So when you go to one of these community events like the Bored Ape Yacht Club Ape Fest, they can actually rock their Tiffany
Hmm.
CryptoPunk or actual necklace. So
Wow.
it's just a flex of the highest degree in your community of nerds. So
Interesting.
I think that's genius. And that just makes
They
sense.
sold out, so I mean, they did something right.
What is it? 50 grand times 250? Yeah.
Yeah, that's like what, 20 mil? I suck at math. 10 mil?
They
Zero
made a bag.
marketing.
They made a bag.
Yeah.
It wasn't zero marketing. I mean, honestly, it's because I'm in the punk community. And the second that the news broke, I just remember the Telegram going absolutely bananas.
They had
And
a
it was,
Telegram?
yeah, With the CryptoPunks have a Telegram, Bored Ape Yacht Club, the high guys
I
have.
didn't know that.
There's a couple groups that I've been fortunate enough to be added in, and over time just appreciate the value, because there are, it's very there's definitely gatekeepers,
Yeah.
and in these communities, because again, nobody wants to allow access to somebody to multi-billions or millions or whatever it is, and they come in and promote a scam. Now the finger gets pointed to who brought them in and how that happened, and certain things like that.
The interesting, sorry to cut you
No,
off,
no,
but
you're
the
fine.
interesting thing is that like they just made a token gated website and said if you have a punk you get in. So there's like not like an official endorsement by the CryptoPunks whatsoever. So obviously there needs to be like awareness within the community that this exists, but think about what that implies like for regular businesses. Like if Netflix, even if it's just a subscription NFT where you pay your subscription, the NFT stays in your wallet, and then you just use that to connect your wallet to get access to Netflix. As long as you keep paying, the NFT stays in your wallet. Then a popcorn company could just be like, hey, new video series is dropping. Anybody that has a Netflix NFT gets 20% off our popcorn
Right.
tonight. These are just marketing tactics that we see in the regular world.
Right.
And like a similar example is like American Express, like points or benefits. You can get like 10% off Starbucks once a month if you choose that perk. That's the same thing, but now it's interoperable, decentralized for any medium, small size company. Any NFT holder can get discounts and promotions at any store.
It's utilization tactics, basically. I mean, you go in and you understand that one company has more relevancy or more popularity than another, and you go in and exploit it, essentially.
It's like complementary products can now collab. So
Right.
typically, like let's say the Chicago Bears and a other like merch company wanted to collab or do some sort of like discount code. What would happen is two teams need to come up with an idea. They need to communicate, settle on the plans. Legal needs to get involved. They need to have contracts. Then the development team has to actually make that feature in the app to give this merch in the Chicago Bears app. That's like 6 months worth of work, where now all one team has to do is come up with the idea, make a token gated website, and then just put it on their website. There's no like more like it eliminates like 4 or 5 steps. It's crazy.
Yeah. Do you see crypto making a comeback?
So this is the thing. I actually don't believe in crypto like as I don't like that they're coupled. Like why is digital ownership and overthrowing government-backed currencies, why are they dependent on each other? And so like that kind of bothers me. And so like when we work with our clients, like I'm really big on like allowing NFTs to be paid with credit card, and then making sure people can just sign up with an email and password, because most people are going to hear about a product online and they're just going to want to go buy that product and then get access to it. They don't need to know it's an NFT. If they own it, that's a huge plus for them, and they'll spend way more on it.
Facts.
Whereas crypto is super painful. That's what people associate with scams. I guess NFTs have a bad reputation too, but ultimately those are like two completely different problems that we need to be solved. I don't think they should be related necessarily. And so yes, crypto I believe in, because you need Ether tokens to transact Ethereum blockchain NFTs. But the consumer doesn't ever have to know. If they just pay in credit card, you do that crypto transaction in the background, and then the NFT is on chain, but it's just displayed to them as like a digital asset. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So it's like disguise all of it, just give them the benefits of ownership.
What are some controversial takes you got?
That's probably the most controversial.
Okay.
I don't really like believe in crypto too much. I just know that Web2 people, these big brands, will never respect Web3 culture or values. Like I used to be the biggest Web3 maxi, like following the Satoshi block or Bitcoin white paper, and like saying like digital being anonymous is so important. I just know that the world's not going to accept that, and this is like a neutral technology that anybody can use. And so as maxi as I used to be, as much as I believe in it and think that's important, let's be realistic, it's not going to happen in our real world. And so people need to get past that, because people are like really gatekeeping Web3 communities because of like this whole cultural thing. And they all criticize how big brands enter, use the technology, or say they're extracting value. Oh, another one is I think a lot of NFT traders like will enable rugs. Like you could like a lot of traders will know with almost 99% certainty this project is a complete rug, but since there's a lot of hype and they think they can make money off of it, they'll mince it and then go on Twitter and completely complain about the project being a scam because they lost money. But if they make money, they don't say a thing about it. And so the speculators are the ones that are enabling these bad actors, and then they're the same ones complaining about the bad actors. Like
I agree with that.
No one would have bought a Pixelmon for 3 ETH a pop. That's like 10 grand at the time if they didn't think they'd make money.
I'm feeling personally attacked.
Yeah, so it's like,
you were that kid that bought it?
How many?
Oh gosh.
And it's all because we think we're going to make money. And so same thing, I don't want to get really controversial, but with any NFT project, you see a lot of these people that buy in acting like victims, when in reality they're only buying, like, you could say what the roadmap is, execute on the roadmap perfectly, say you're going to provide this service, this product in whatever community, do all of that. If the market narrative doesn't like it and the floor doesn't go up, everyone's going to call it a rug, even if you nail all of those.
Right.
So this expectation, these are financial instruments that have to appreciate in value, or it's a scam, is horrible for the industry.
Agreed.
Sure.
Twitter seems pretty toxic with that.
Especially Web3 culture, or like people in crypto Twitter. Yeah, it's the worst, and everyone's just calling each other out. And so I kind of try to separate myself, stay out of the drama,
It's
and
definitely toxic.
help the big companies implement it the right way, where it's not all about the money.
Right.
Like, I think every single big brand should have a free NFT, unlimited supply, just so their customers have wallets and they have those NFTs for those decentralized brand permissionless collaborations. For that purpose alone.
Which big brands other than Tiffany you think have executed well?
Nike set a really good standard, but they also just nailed timing and then just partnered with the right artist to get like that halo effect.
They moved quick, and that was
why
they
played the meta. So like they crushed it, but their forward mission, so many people are like don't know what to do.
Right.
I think Gary Vee low-key killed it. I think a lot of people don't understand that these PFP projects are just IP brands, and the only way to grow IP brands is to grow brand awareness.
Right.
Yeah.
Like make different types of media, TV shows, kids' toys, books, crayons, Uno decks, like he's doing. He's actually making toys. And so he has like a good head on his shoulders. He understands that he's building an IP brand, and the NFTs are just like a new medium, like a new form of media to grow that brand. But again, NFTs are not equity or ownership in the brand. It's just you supporting the brand and you own this thing online.
Agreed.
Like I tweeted this yesterday. If you buy a shirt, like Nelk Boys, like I have one of their shirts from their very first merch drop.
Right.
And if I sell that, I paid like $100 for it. I could probably sell it for like $300-400 on eBay right now. But I didn't buy that shirt necessarily expecting a return on that, or like it was some asset.
You bought it as
a
support.
shirt to support my favorite creators.
Right.
And then it just happened to appreciate because it was a limited supply.
Right.
Same thing with NFTs. You're just buying this PFP. That's a product. Use it as your online identity on Twitter. And if the brand grows, great. But not a single NFT project has done anything to warrant anything over like a $10,000 floor. Like what tangible value does any NFT project do? The only thing that you get from a BAYC or a Punk is it's like the digital version of a Lamborghini. Like if I have a Lamborghini and I drive it around, anyone who sees me, they know I'm rich. I'm just signaling. I'm like same with watches. I'm just signaling to the world that this person is someone you should listen to.
Now that I don't
BAYC, PFP.
That I don't.
You have
completely
$150,000 to spend on a PFP. People are going to listen to you on Twitter. How else would you signal your status?
Listen, I agree with some of what you say, not everything, because again, at the end of the day, here I'll explain why. If I buy a Bored Ape, that now allows me access into the Bored Ape Yacht Club community, and with that, so if I'm growing a project, or I'm looking for connections, or I'm looking just for people that are relatively smarter than me, or have more information or more knowledge, that's a perfect place to be,
because
surrounded by community.
You're making that judgment based on that everyone is in here can afford $100,000 PFPs.
Not just that,
quality.
but at the same time, that each person that either if they paid the exuberant amount or they got in early and saw the vision and they invested, each person that I've met through the Bored Ape Yacht Club community or whatever NFT project that I've been in that has relative value shares very similar commonalities, and they all are that each person has a very different story of why and how 100%. They got in. And each person that you interact with, you can definitely learn something new, because you'll never know the guy that's sitting next to you that's 45 runs like an oil and gas company, and he just bought one because his son said it looked cool, and he was like, all right, cool. And then the guy sitting across from him, he runs SEO for Google, and you're like, oh shit. He bought one because everybody in his engineering department said, yo, we need to buy these things. So, and there's different.
It's not necessarily why you buy, but it is a good signal that if someone owns one, they are of quality.
Not all of them, though.
Of course.
Not all of them.
I'm making a generalization.
Okay, but again, and I feel like the stigmas that are attached to most of them are unwarranted, in a sense that like it is maybe an ego thing at some point, but there's at the end of the day, I'd like to believe, all right, so it's my opinion. I'd like to believe that within these groups, there is some level of information and knowledge that can be ascertained and utilized for the same value of what you're spending. And maybe it might not come in the sense of business, or it might not come in the sense of information, or maybe it might just come in the sense of creating a valuable bond or relationship.
100%.
And whatever it may be, each person has their reasoning. So don't want to completely put it into one pot and say,
For sure.
it's all,
The
dick swinging contests.
Only context I would add is that BAYC didn't start as like a niche interest.
No.
Where if it's a community around a specific industry or specific niche group of people, like ours is, my first project was mushrooms. So it's a group of people that are interested in mushrooms.
Sure.
It's like that's the common interest, and this NFT is just access. And if you use it as a PFP, you signal that interest to the world.
Okay.
And so that's my only gripe with BAYC is that it's kind of just like, it was like NFT.
Nobody gives a about monkeys.
It wasn't, but it was like an NFT community, people that are into NFTs.
It didn't start as one, but it's definitely created its own internal family.
Yeah.
I'd say that. I
I'm
definitely have friends like I'm going to LA Sunday because there's we do a Bored Ape yacht, like an actual
That's
yacht.
awesome.
We do a Bored Ape yacht club.
That's awesome.
It's the Southern California Bored Ape community.
And
so we have like a whole everybody in
so
LA. And
badass.
we go. The guy from MedCom is there. Like they're some,
And we're all Web3 blockchain nerds. And I do want to say
and everybody likes to go nerd
that
out.
is a valuable utility.
So that's
PFP
what
to
I'm
status
believing
signal.
in.
Like a Lamborghini is a valuable
Well,
asset.
a Lamborghini. I can't learn anything from a Lamborghini. I have a Lamborghini. You have a Lamborghini. All I know is that
I mean, there's groups where you have to have a Lamborghini to get into
No,
the
but
Facebook
all
group.
I know,
Like, that's a thing.
when I see you, all I know is that one of three things: either you had enough money to buy that Lamborghini, someone, your mom or dad or someone in your family gave you that Lamborghini, or you're renting or leasing it.
Which
That's
is going to
it.
be massive, by the way.
But again, you can't rent or lease an NFT.
Yet. Oh my God.
You actually
That's going to
that's
be
a lie. You can.
massive.
You actually can rent and you can lease. There is a very cool leverage app. I don't know the name of it, but you can actually leverage your NFTs.
Do you know who Fubar is?
Yeah.
He has a platform that allows something similar to this. It's a weird word. I think it's called, I want to say delegate, but it's becoming a thing. And NFT renting will be massive.
I think that's going to be a whole new status symbol, like you said.
100%.
It is a flex, and at the end of the day, once people start, wearing them on like Apple Watches, or we saw that one where it's an Apple Watch on a chain, put on.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think that's also going to create new steps and new changes within jewelry and fashion that will have
100%.
like we were just talking about those chips. When you scan someone's T-shirt, now an active AI or UI pops out at you, and you're like, holy shit, you can interact with it, you can hold it, you can.
Yep, and it's kind of helps that problem with like fake gurus, like
Sure.
where people like show a big house or a Lamborghini behind them saying, "I'm successful, buy my car or buy my course," but you don't know if the car is rented or the house is rented. If we have NFC chips in watches, in cars,
You can see where the
you
ownership
can now
came
put
in
the
and
title
how-
in
right.
your wallet, and that can be like an Instagram feature where you can actually, all right, is that guy's Lamborghini he has in his profile his or not? And then you can just literally check his
That'll
wallet.
be
Or
next level.
Your whole watch collection, shoes,
Yeah.
everything. And millions of people will see it instead of just the 20 people on the street.
I feel that. I see you go on these technology breaks where you don't use any technology for, what was it, a week?
2 weeks probably.
2 weeks.
Smart.
How did you pull that off? Because I feel like I'd go crazy.
It's just like, as an entrepreneur, like you have like so many people working for you. It's like your obligation to make sure you're at your best. And objectively, like phones and technology are made to addict you. And so you need to be like at all times making decisions to optimize your mental performance. And if there's times where you feel like you're too distracted, these things are made to addict you. So objectively, everyone's going to get addicted to them. Where my screen time's going up, I'm like, okay, self-aware. I need to cut these out and just focus on learning in the regular world. Focus on getting my mental health better so I can like be positive, project positive energy to my team.
So what were you doing during those 2 weeks? You were just
It's just like reading or going up to Sedona, Arizona, and just
Okay.
enjoying
spiritual
spirit.
trip,
Yeah, we'll say that.
maybe some
yeah,
mushrooms.
of course. Yeah. Just realign with my business partner or something. We'll do like isolation trips.
Okay. Any closing comments or where people can find you?
No, I mean, I think that a lot of people
Don't find me. Don't look for me. I don't want to see any
you
of
can
you.
find me, but just Brett Malinowski is my name. At the Brett Way is my handle. But I would just say that like a lot of people have this dichotomy or this like they don't want to like switch from Web3 to AI or something. But they need to just be aware that AI is going to be in every aspect of the world, and it's here and it can help everybody. And so don't like separate the two. Like AI is going to be in every business and every industry every day of your life. Digital ownership is going to be every business every day of your life. Embrace both of them.
Facts.
That was a
Ari?
great closing comment. I'm Ari Gold. Sean, tell them where to find you.
Sean Mike Kelly, Digital Social Hour. Thanks for tuning in, guys.